You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about Sophie Cunningham. Now, we all knew she would end up addressing this on her Show Me Something podcast, which is on YouTube. Go subscribe. And I'm talking about the meme heard round the world, which led to all of a sudden Sophie Cunningham's not playing in a game last night, which led a lot of people to think, well, did she get suspended? And I told you guys last night when I made all yesterday when I made videos, she was going to come out and absolutely be like, I wasn't suspended. You guys read too much into everything. And she is coming out and addressing this again on the podcast, and we're going to watch that video. Another little nugget. She's talking about how the rookies are having a hard time processing the massive, heat that is put on this franchise. And I've said, this is probably the only WNBA franchise that could relate to, say, an NFL team in the kind of social media scrutiny, and even I even mean certain NFL teams. Cowboys, Eagles, we talked about that all the time. And we think, in my opinion, women's basketball players just aren't used to it. But they're making more money now, and anywhere Caitlin Clark plays, there's going to be a microscope on them. There's going to be a zeroing in by social media, the fans. Every little thing that's said is going to get dissected. It's just the way it is. And I will say this, I give Sophie credit for one thing. She's basically like, you're going to have to get some thick skin. Because that's not going away. I'm going to tell you this. They better hope it doesn't go away. Because if that does go away, that means the viewers have gone away. That means the league is regulated, has been regulated back to what it formerly was, which was a league nobody cared about. Which was a league that was getting 300,000 viewers for a game and not 2.5 million. They better hope that attention does not drop off of them. Sophie on of course, the game-winning shot. That's the exact plan, right, Soph?
We had a game winner the other night. I'm telling you, and I spill pretty much everything on this podcast. That is the exact play we freaking drew up. There was a miscommunication. There was a cross screen. C to Lexi, and they both went with Lexi. And it left C wide open. And we were going to C anyway. The play was to go to CC. Like, it was perfectly executed. It was a cross screen and then down screen. So she was supposed to be like at the top of the key. But two people
closer to you.
Lexi drew two defenders. And so she went right where there was like wide open space. And like, that's why I grabbed her, because I was like, I thought I threw it because I thought she was going to continue to run to me. And that's why it was almost tipped. So like everyone's like, oh, I was like, no, that was the play. See, like, and it worked out perfectly because there was no one around her after she caught it. But I thought she was going to continue to run towards the ball, and she stopped. And so that's all, like, ugh! That meme. That's just like a funny meme. Like, I just saw that and like we all thought it was hilarious. Everyone thinks I'm like suspended because of this. And I'm like, no. And so, but I know people are going to go like crazy. And it's like,
I will give Sophie this. She seems to keep some things in perspective. Of course, she came out. This is the exact play. The problem is, and I showed this yesterday and we've shown it a couple of times, Lexi said it was not the exact play. So that is why everybody kind of called bullshit on all of this. We were trying to draw a foul. I think Caitlin's a great basketball player. She made a read. Sophie was able to deliver a perfect pass to her. She knocked it down when it mattered. I can't say that that's exactly what we drew up, but it worked. So she's saying that wasn't the exact play. It just worked out for them. So that's why everybody's like, yeah, okay. And that's why everybody believes the Fever organization at least twisted Sophie's elbow, or at least gave her hell over it. Let's just keep it real. Sophie talking about rookies having problem processing being under this microscope.
It's like all of our new rookies, they're seeing that every little thing that they like, every little thing that they post, even like the inside jokes or like what we call each other, everyone just blows it out of proportion. And like it drove a couple of them kind of crazy like last week. They're like, how do you guys do this? How do you like? And I'm like, you can't think about it. You got to keep doing you. Don't let it bother you. But being in Indiana, everything is on full microscope times a million. And like, you have to have thick skin to play here because they eat everything up. It's like,
okay. Absolutely right. The veterans, the rookies, and I think there's veterans that's been on this team that struggle with the attention that this team gets. I think some of them can handle it. Think some of them can't. I think they got a coach that can't handle it. If you want to know the truth, I think they got a coach that really and truly can't deal with it. They believe scrutiny is hate. Well, sorry you feel that way, but that's a you problem. That's not a us problem. All right? I mean, figure it out. You do, as an organization, they do a lot of things that's got poor optics, and you're getting called out for it. Nobody's going to cry a river for you. They're just not. But yeah, I mean, it's any place. Caitlin Clark could get sent to, God forbid, Chicago today. All that attention's coming right off the Indiana Fever and going right to Chicago. She gets sent to the Connecticut Sun because they're moving to Houston. All that attention's immediately going to the Connecticut Sun, and it's going to be gone on the Indiana Fever. And what I would say to some of those rookies, or even any veterans, is be careful what you wish for or what you can't handle. There's going to be collateral ancillary benefits to you being on the Fever and wherever Caitlin Clark is. I mean, you got podcasts, and I'm not even talking about Sophie's, but you got other podcasts that are being done out there I don't think anybody would give a flying fuck about if the people on the podcast wasn't Caitlin Clark's teammates. I'm just being honest. They may not want to hear that. That may hurt their feelings. But it is what it is. I mean, it just is what it is. If you're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, you're constantly getting crushed. Dak Prescott, pretty damn good NFL quarterback. If you listen to Cowboys fans, he's a dumpster fire and he's trash. All right? I mean, Jalen Hurts of the Eagles, Lord knows, Ben Daniels and CDS, they're big Eagles fans. They talk about the Eagles. They cover the Eagles. And there's a massive portion of people out there in the media and in fandom that believes Jalen Hurts is a dumpster fire. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and won one. All right? Now, I think he's got major flaws, but I think he's a better quarterback than people give him credit. But the fact is, he's an Eagle. And it matters. That's why it matters. The Lakers. Seriously. I mean, there's a reason why ESPN always talks Yankees, Cowboys, LeBron, blah, because they can see down to the minute what causes the ratings to go up and down. They can see it down to the minute. What is literally moving the needle in real time, and that's why they cover the big brands. That's why Colin Cowherd's been so popular all these years, because he's got a rule. He covers the big brands. Cowboys, Yankees, Eagles, Lakers, I mean, Ohio State, Michigan, you get the point. The big programs. That's not changing. That's not going to change. The only thing that will change that is when Caitlin Clark decides not to play on said franchise any longer, or some team is dumb enough to get move her in a trade. So, good luck. Tell me what you think. It's the exact play. Sophie says it's the exact play. I believe you, Soph. I got you. We're right here. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.